Namaste and welcome to Yoga Story Daily Dose of Yoga. We're moving through a Yin Yoga series all through the end of this month in preparation for our candlelight Yin Yoga event happening on April 30th at 7 p.m. at Old Fort Square in Green Bay. This is both an in-person and virtual option event. And you can also purchase a recording of the event in the event that you can't make it. Do check out the website for more information on that. Today, we are going to learn shoelace pose or move through shoelace pose. Shoelace pose can be a little bit of a challenge. So again, as I've said before, in our Yin Yoga practice, we don't use a lot of props, at least not for comfort, but sometimes we do need props in order to get into a pose or at least be able to approach the pose with good alignment. So for shoelace pose, one thing you might consider, particularly again, if your fold or if your seated position is more here with this pelvic tilt, you want to bring the body up, bring that nice long spine, that nice neutral pelvis. What can help to do that is placing a blanket underneath the seat. So do feel free to use that as you need. In our shoelace pose, one option is to simply cross ankle over thigh. If that's a little bit difficult, particularly if this is, if the hips are tight and the knee comes up a little bit, you can bring a bolster or cushion underneath the knee. You can stack blocks, blankets, whatever you need underneath that knee to help prop it up. And again, here you might need a blanket under the seat, a few blankets or props underneath that knee. So this might be your shoelace pose. Full shoelace pose is knee stacks over knee. So both legs are crossed, one knee over the other, feet flexed, seat grounded. And again, here you might be able to get into this position, but maybe the seat isn't grounded. Again, feel free to use the blanket there. And in fact, for myself, that's even a nicer space to be. It helps release tension through my low back. So use those props where you need them, and then make your way into the pose. So here we have shoelace pose. We're starting, in my case, I'm starting with right knee over left. You can, again, right ankle over left thigh, whatever you need to do. You can stay here, just let the focus be solely on the hips, or you can bring yourself into eagle arms. Here I'm crossing right elbow under and around left, wrapping the arms around, fingers pointing up, or you can drop the fingers to catch each other here. Feel free. And this just brings the upper body a little bit more into it, length through the upper back. So we're lengthening here through the traps, rhomboids, through some of our rotator cuff muscles here. You can stay in this upright position or come into a fold. So lots of options for you here. And again, you might find yourself needing a prop in this fold between the elbows and the knees. So just notice again, whatever you need, feel free to take that. So we're not putting our full effort into the pose. And by not putting our full effort into the pose, we allow the body to really have space to sink into it, to surrender to whatever movement needs to happen in order to find that length, find that range of motion here, in this case with the upper body through the shoulders, shoulder girdle, and the low body through the hips. And you might find the chin dropping toward the chest as you release. Let go of tension in the face. And we do want to take this to the other side. So always with these poses, because you can stay for longer, and typically we would stay for longer in these poses, but this is just to give you a taste of the Yin Yoga poses. Feel free to stay. Otherwise, lift chin, chest forward and up, unwind the arms. And let's take a roll of the shoulders up, breath in, back and down, breath out. Bringing everything again nice and tall. We'll gently release. You can use the hands to unstack the knees. Maybe take the legs long, shake out the legs a little bit, and then bring that to the other side. So again, you might cross left ankle over right thigh. If you need, prop up that that left knee, feel free. Even a blanket underneath the right knee if that's a little bit much for the right knee. Good place to be. And if you can, come into that more full expression, left knee over right, or opposite of where you were before. And again, you can just focus on the hips, just focus on the low body, let the shoulders relax, or you can take that into eagle arms. Here, wrapping the arms around, reaching through the fingers, or dropping the fingers down. Feeling free to stay in this lengthened, this tall position, or start to hinge forward. Dropping the elbows to the knees, or again, if that is a little bit too much, a cushion or blankets between the elbows and knees. And just notice what happens both in the body and the mind as you begin to let go of some effort. And notice how sometimes letting go of effort doesn't necessarily right away bring ease, especially in a pose like this. As we surrender to the pose, we might find a little bit more of that lengthening tension happening. Can be a little uncomfortable. And as always, just being sure that you're avoiding anything that starts to sting, pinch, any sharp shooting pain. If you start approaching those places, just gently coming out of the pose and finding a comfortable place to be. And again, we might be here in a typical class for about 4 minutes. But today, just taking a little bit of a taste of the pose. We'll gently lift chin, chest forward and up, unwrap the arms, and make our way back up. Shoulders up, breath in, back and down, breath out. And again, here we'll help the knee or ankle off thigh. Extend the legs long. Shake out the legs here again. Maybe draw the knees in, drop the chin, find some length through the back of the neck. And lifting the chin again. Thank you again, always so much for watching, so much for listening. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Yoga Story, Daily Dose of Yoga. Peace.